Right guys, one more quick example and I think you get the idea of how we can very quickly using a simple triplanar diffuse and some user parameters, some user data, we can put together quite an interesting looking shader. The next thing we want to do is just push, like I said, just in a kind of almost non-photorealistic way, but just want to emphasize those shadows in those recesses. I mean, I could go back and, you know, back to my volume and sort of create deeper recesses there, but we could do it this way. So I'm going to put down a labs calculate occlusion node. I'm going to jump across to my view here, connect that up, and this is just going to calculate ambient occlusion, but it's going to give us it on points rather than through the shader. Alright, so as you can see in the viewport, it's just darkened those recessed areas a little bit, and I can pull this point in to really emphasize that. So that's what I'm kind of going for. I just really want to create, in a non-photoreal way, just create a little bit more contrast between these, just to make the details pop a little bit more. Again, this is sort of ever so slightly non-photorealistic, but we're going for a look that we know we want. Alright, so on the occlusion node, I can output it as color. I don't want to do that. I want to output it as an attribute. So I'm going to uncheck that and copy occlusion and then plug that in. Alright, and then jump back to my shader. And we're going to do exactly the same thing. We're just going to put down user data. Okay, and this time we're going to bring in occlusion. And then we're going to mix that in using a mix shader. Okay, so we'll plug that in there, and then and this time we'll just leave the input as black. So we want to just blend in some shadows, but we can we just want to get it up and running before we start tweaking it. So let's just bypass the shader, go straight to the output, and see what we've got. So there you can see it really makes those recessed areas pop, which is kind of what we were hoping for. It's darkened down everything quite a lot. So what we could do is we could put a ramp in there, and then just maybe clamp those dark values. Rather than being full black, we could just raise them up a little bit, you know. So I'm going to leave that up to your own kind of creativity, how much you want to add or subtract those shadow areas in there. Okay, so yeah, I'm liking where that's going. We're getting quite a nice amount of surface variation, nice bit of surface detail with the shadows as well. So let's just plug the shader back in, see where we're at. Take a render. Oh, would help if we connected up the node. It's getting late. Oh, it's been a long day. There we go. So we'll just hit that, take a render, and I think we'll call this video series done at this point. I think I'll probably do one final video just to wrap it up, but I think you'll agree we've achieved our goal to say we've made it completely procedurally. You know, I think we're definitely on the right track with our rocks and the overall shapes and forms that we set ourselves to do. I think we've managed to get there. So if you've followed along this far, thank you very much. If you've got any comments or feedback, just let me know. If you want to share some pictures, that'd be awesome. And what I'll do is I'll do another quick video after this one just to wrap it up. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.